In the world of boxing, few stories have created as much chaos and curiosity as the upcoming clash between Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake Paul. It's the kind of matchup that blurs the line between spectacle and sport, and no one can quite decide whether it's genius or insanity. Add to that the surprise factor, Floyd Mayweather reuniting with Tank for training, and suddenly, this fight feels bigger than the ring itself. The question now isn't just who wins, but what this fight means for boxing as a whole. From the outside, the pairing feels strange. Gervonta Davis is one of the most talented knockout artists of this generation, a fighter molded in the Mayweather gym since his early days. Jake Paul, on the other hand, started his journey as a YouTuber turned showman turned self-proclaimed professional boxer. He's fought former UFC fighters, ex-basketball players, and even flirted with a bout against Mike Tyson. But going against Tank Davis? That's a different beast entirely. When fans first heard about it, the reaction was divided. Some called it a circus act. Others called it the future of combat sports. And in a world where attention equals money, both sides might be right. What changed everything was Mayweather stepping back into the picture. For months, rumors swirled about tension between Floyd and Tank, whispers that their relationship had fractured beyond repair. But when footage surfaced of Mayweather working pads with Tank again, moving, shouting commands, fine-tuning every motion, it sent shockwaves through the sport. The reunion wasn't just nostalgic, it was strategic. Floyd knows Jake Paul's business tactics better than anyone. He understands how the media storm works. So, if he's back in Tank's corner, it means one thing: this fight isn't just for show, it's a mission. Floyd Mayweather has always operated like a chess player. Every move has a purpose. Insiders close to his camp say that reuniting with Tank wasn't about friendship or forgiveness, it was about control. By re-entering the scene, Floyd gets to reclaim some of the spotlight that fighters like Jake Paul have stolen from the traditional boxing world. After all, Floyd built his empire by being the face of boxing's entertainment era, mixing skill with showmanship. Now Jake Paul has used the same formula on a digital scale. To Floyd, that's personal. Guiding Tank against Jake isn't just about training him. It's about reminding everyone who started this spectacle in the first place. Meanwhile, Tank Davis looks sharper than ever. His training footage shows frightening speed and precision. Every punch lands with calculated violence. Coaches describe his movements as controlled chaos, fast, fluid, but ruthless. He's known for reading opponents like a book, waiting for that one opening to shut the lights off. And when asked about Jake Paul, Tank's response was simple. He's got heart, but he's never been hit like this. For a man who has put seasoned boxers to sleep, the threat isn't just real, it's terrifying. But Jake Paul isn't walking into this fight blind. Say what you want about his background, the man trains seriously. He's built his body, improved his footwork, and surrounded himself with legitimate boxing minds. He knows he's the underdog, and that fuels his motivation. Jake's entire career has been about proving people wrong, turning mockery into headlines and controversy into cash. His mindset going into this fight is less about proving he's the best boxer, and more about proving he belongs in the same room as the best. That's a dangerous mindset, because fighters with nothing to lose often swing the hardest. Still, experts agree that skill-wise, Tank is in a different universe. The difference between experience and confidence is massive, and when it comes to the sweet science, Tank has years of high-level experience under his belt. Analysts have pointed out that Jake's biggest weakness is his defense. He leaves his chin exposed when overcommitting, something Tank thrives on exploiting. With Floyd's guidance, every mistake Jake makes could turn into a highlight reel knockout. But the real question is, will Tank take Jake seriously enough to avoid walking into a trap? Because Jake Paul's strategy has never been about winning on paper, it's about winning the audience. He knows how to build anticipation, stir up drama, and make every fight feel like an event. Even the critics who claim to hate him end up watching. That's his genius. He doesn't just fight opponents, he manipulates narratives. In this fight, he's playing two games, one inside the ring and one outside it. Every press conference, every social media post, every stare down is part of the performance. The more emotional Tank becomes, the more it plays into Jake's hand. That's where Mayweather's presence becomes crucial. Floyd has been here before. He knows what it's like to fight someone who thrives on chaos. His calmness, his discipline, his control, all of that is being transferred to Tank. Floyd's biggest lesson to his fighters has always been the same. You don't fight with emotion. You fight with precision. If Tank listens, Jake's mind games will fall flat. But if Tank lets pride take over, that's when Jake can capitalize. Beyond the ring, though, the fight has stirred massive debate among fans and purists. Some see it as a mockery, a lightweight champion facing a YouTube personality. Others see it as evolution. Boxing has always been about entertainment as much as sport. From Ollie's trash talk to Tyson's raw energy, the drama has always been part of the package. What Jake Paul has done is modernize that formula, merging the influencer world with old-school boxing energy. Eddie Hearn called it a freak show, but even he admitted it'll do massive numbers. That's the contradiction. Everyone calls it bad for boxing, but everyone's still watching. Paulie Malignaggi voiced his frustration, saying boxing is losing its soul to spectacle. He believes matchups like this risk turning the sport into a scripted show where fame matters more than skill. And while he's not wrong, he's also missing the reality. Boxing needs eyes to survive, and Jake Paul brings eyes. The question is whether the trade-off is worth it. Is the attention worth the risk of diluting the sport's credibility? That's the tension that defines this fight. It's not just Tank versus Jake, it's tradition versus transformation. Even promoters are split. Eddie Hearn wants to draw a line between real boxing and entertainment, while Leonard Ellerbe embraces the showmanship. Ellerbe says fans don't want to watch safe fights. They want knockouts, drama, emotion, the same things that made Mike Tyson a global phenomenon. And in that sense, Tank Davis fits the mold perfectly. He's not just a boxer, he's a performer. Every knockout, every stare, every roar after a finish, it's pure electricity. The Jake Paul fight might not fit the purist standard, but it fits the entertainment formula perfectly. Then there's the money. Both men are set to make millions, but for Tank, it's not just about the paycheck. He's made that clear in interviews. What matters now is legacy. He knows that a win against Jake won't add credibility to his record, it's expected. But a loss? That would stain everything. That's why the pressure isn't equal. For Jake, losing means a meme. For Tank, losing means humiliation. It's not about fame, it's about pride. That's what makes this fight so psychologically fascinating. Tank's biggest fear isn't defeat, it's embarrassment. And Jake Paul knows exactly how to poke at that fear. The side bets only add to the tension. A $2 million handshake between the two fighters instantly became viral. Fans debated whether it was real or staged, but either way, it fueled the hype. Jake thrives in that environment. He's a marketing machine. The more chaos, the better. But for Tank, the noise doesn't matter. When the bell rings, he switches off everything. He becomes a hunter. His goal isn't just to win, it's to send a message that no influencer can ever touch real boxing greatness. Mayweather's presence makes it poetic. The man who once defined boxing's entertainment era now finds himself helping his protege defend the sport against its newest entertainer. It's as if history came full circle. Floyd built a legacy on discipline and control, while Jake built his empire on unpredictability and disruption. Their worlds are colliding through Tank, who now carries the responsibility of defending both tradition and pride. As fight night approaches, training camps intensify. Reports from Tank's side describe an energy unlike anything before. Every session is faster, harder, more focused. Floyd's drills are relentless, pushing Tank's timing and reaction to perfection. Soften him up, then fry him, Floyd reportedly said during one of the sessions, a phrase that perfectly captures their mindset. Jake, meanwhile, continues to post training clips, flexing his power and confidence, promising another upset. His fans believe him. His critics don't. But that's the beauty of it. He's already won the marketing war. Experts continue to debate the outcome. Some predict Tank by early knockout. Others say Jake might survive longer than expected. Few give Jake a real chance, but those who do say his size advantage could be key. If he manages to keep Tank at distance, use his jab effectively, and absorb early pressure, he might find an opening. But those are big ifs. Tank's ability to close distance and punish openings makes him one of the most dangerous finishers alive. Every second Jake hesitates, Tank will be waiting. The fight also highlights a deeper theme, the changing identity of boxing. For decades, the sport lived off traditional hierarchies, rankings, and championship belts. Now, social media influence determines who gets the biggest paydays. It's a new era where fame equals opportunity. Some hate it, others embrace it. But either way, it's here to stay. The Davis-Paul fight is the symbol of that shift. It's the collision of two worlds, the elite and the entertainer, and the outcome might determine how the next generation views boxing. As the countdown continues, fans are split between excitement and disbelief. On one side, people want Tank to defend boxing's honor. On the other, they want Jake to shock the world again. Well, either way, everyone will be watching, because whether it's real boxing or entertainment, this fight represents something bigger. It's about evolution. It's about who controls the narrative of combat sports moving forward. And no matter the result, the ripple effect will be massive. For Mayweather, it's a chance to reassert his dominance as boxing's mastermind. For Tank, it's an opportunity to prove that legacy still matters. And for Jake Paul, it's the ultimate gamble, the fight that could either legitimize his career or expose his limits. All three men are fighting for something different, but all of them share one thing. They know how to keep the world watching. As the cameras roll and the lights hit the ring, the story will finally unfold. Two fighters from opposite worlds. One master strategist pulling the strings from the corner. Millions watching, waiting for that one moment, the knockout, the upset, the statement. In that split second, all the talk, the hype, the controversy will fade away. Only one question will matter. Can Jake Paul survive the storm that is Gervonta Tank Davis? Or will Tank remind the world why some levels can never be reached through fame alone? One punch will decide. One night will define the conversation for years. And when it's over, win or lose, boxing itself will never be the same again.